Later this spring, they'll know more about whether they have finally found an answer for their boy. Now, back to Adam Dunning's story. He's out of the psychiatric ward. But now Adam's parents have come to this courthouse. Their son is on trial for breaking and entering. He's been given a court-appointed lawyer. His parents are told that if he's found guilty, their boy will be in the custody of the state until he's an adult. The prosecution makes its case.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give to the court, the cause now hearing, will be the truth.
I saw a glimpse of his face, and I saw the outline of his face. And I said, oh, that's Adam. Shouldn't he be in school and
Charged with the crime.
It doesn't take the jury long to render its verdict.
Guilty or not guilty?
We find the defendant guilty.
As they say goodbye to their son, Jane Dunning comes to grips with a harsh new reality.
Adam's birthday is 4 days from today.
And
I didn't expect to have to ask somebody else permission to bring him a birthday cake.
Four days later, it's Adam's 16th birthday, celebrated in jail. But as terrible as it is to visit him here, Adam's parents are in for a surprise.
When the sun sets, looks for the moon.
Their son is finally in an educational environment that seems to suit him.
Sun comes up.
The classes are small, and because so many of these kids have learning problems, the teachers here have found a way to get through to them.
Mercury has a rock crust made of the same kind of rock found on Earth. Beneath the crust, it is thicker mantle layer of the same material.
You have to appeal to more of their senses in your teaching. If you should almost check a checklist. Okay, we got sound going on. All right, hearing. What am I doing on visual? Am I doing any artwork? What am I doing on touch? Am I getting their hands engaged? All of that. And I think that happens a lot in the elementary or lower grades, and we figure high school, they don't need to do that anymore, and I think we're very, very wrong. Would you like to visit that, Hannah?
It's really the first time Adam Dunning has any positive feelings about learning.
I feel good about going to school. I mean, school here is fun. It's like the teachers care. They help you out like regular school should be.
He has come to believe jail time is actually good for him.
Me being locked up was good for a learning experience for me, because if I stayed out, if I didn't get locked up, I'd probably be dead or in a lot worse trouble. Probably wouldn't be at a treatment facility. I'd probably be back wearing an orange suit.
For years, Adam says he used drugs and alcohol to blunt the pain of his failures in school. He's clean and sober now, but worries about how long that can last.
The only thing I'm really afraid of going back to school is how the kids around me, the pressures. They've seen me before, they know how I acted before. Never been to high school when I was clean. I mean, there wasn't 30 days where I wasn't using, so I think kids are gonna push my buttons. And that's the thing that scares me the most about going back to school, just the other kids.
Lionel, Michael Young, Kenneth Smith.
After 3 short months, Adam is starting again at Boston High. His brief success in the jail classroom is a stark contrast to what he is about to face.
It was like asking a baby to read. And I said it was like trying to make gold out of straw, like Rumpelstiltskin. And Mom said it was like trying to make silk purse out of Suzanne.
Adam is still well below grade level, and Dr. Andrea Weiss worries that there is nothing in place to help him.
When I went back to test him, he hadn't made any progress, but he shouldn't have. There was no way for him to make progress because he needs specialized instruction. He's not going to get it by osmosis. He's not going to stand in a room and it's going to, go through his pores. It's not going to happen. He needs somebody to say, look, this is the way to do it. This is the structure. This is the recipe. It works every time. and then he'll own it.
What's that called? Exactly, food chain.
Adam has been placed in 2 special ed classes. But the kids here have such a wide variety of learning problems that, ironically, Adam appears to be doing better than he really is.
An element in all organisms is
Carbon.
carbon, exactly. He's really academically, he's probably at the top of my classes. I have the whole gamut. You know, I have real low-level acting out kids. For the most part, we have acting out kids all together, but he, academically, he does very, very well when he wants to do it.
I don't know, some days I can go into school, sit down, not say a word, do everything, and everyone will say, wish we could have Adam like this all day, without his hat on, without him talking, doing all his work, asking for more work. And other days, it's like, Adam comes in and starts goofing off.
So real high school turned out to be another missed opportunity.
He's a fragile guy right now. You know, I want him to be successful. But when you don't give a student what they need, the potential for really falling apart and giving up is so high that you really have to factor that in. It's a possibility.
A year later, the school has expelled Adam for poor behavior. Once again, adrift, Adam has held a variety of odd jobs, and his mother fears he is back on drugs and alcohol.
When I was a little kid, I dreamed of going to college, going to school, but I haven't finished high school, so I can't go to college. Now I have no high school diploma, and I just work full-time. It's like, what else do I have? Nothing.
I see kids every single day that are like Adam, and sometimes I can get to them, and sometimes I can help them, and sometimes they slip by. But there's no reason that Adam needed to slip by. We had Adam. We had a hold on Adam.
What Adam needed, the experts say, was the hardest thing to get: early recognition of his problems and a consistent plan for dealing with them.
In some states, the size of prisons are predicted on the basis of 3rd grade and 4th grade literacy rates. So it does portend an alienation from society in a sense. And it's for those reasons, these downstream consequences of loss of self-esteem, poor academic development, limited vocabulary and other cognitive developments, difficulties with social relations, difficulties getting and holding jobs and getting in trouble with the law, that we consider reading problems to not only to be an educational issue, but a public health issue and a public health concern as well.